Hi friends, next now we are going to continue about jQuery. Okay, what is meant by jQuery? jQuery is the small weight and lightweight JavaScript library. jQuery is the cross-platform. It means write less and do more. It simplifies the Ajax call and DOM manipulation. jQuery features. It have many features we are going to use in the jQuery. The first one is HTML manipulation. Second one DOM, document object model manipulations and element selection, CSS manipulation, effects and animation. Utilities: Ajax, HTML event method, JSON parsing, extensibility through plugins. Why jQuery is required? It is very fast and extensible. It facilitates the user to write UI related function codes in minimum possible lines. It improves the performance of an application. Browsers compatible web application can be developed. It uses mostly new features of new browser. Many of the biggest companies on the web use jQuery. Some of these companies they are used the jQuery, that is Microsoft, Google, IBM and Netflix. jQuery selector. Query selectors are used to select and manipulate HTML element. They are very important part of jQuery library. With the jQuery selector, you can find or select HTML element based on their ID, classes, attributes, types and much more from a document object model. In simple words, you can see that selectors are used to select one or more HTML element using jQuery, and once the element is selected, then you can perform the various operations on that. All jQuery selectors start with a $sign and parenthesis. Example, dollar and parenthesis. It is known as the factory function. The dollar parenthesis factory function. Every jQuery selector starts with this sign. This sign known as the factory function. First, there are number of selectors and descriptions we are going to use in the jQuery. The first one is tag name. It represents a tag name available in the document object model. For example, dollar parenthesis P selects all the paragraph P in the document. Tag ID. It represents the tag available with the specific ID in the document object model. For example, $real ID selects a specific element in the document that has an ID of real ID. Tag class. It represents a tag available with a specific class in the document object model. For example, $real class selects all the element in the document that have a class of real class. Name. It selects all the elements that match the given element name. ID. It selects the single element that matches with the given ID. Dot class. It selects all the element that matches with the given class. Universal. It selects all the elements available in the document object model. Multiple elements A, B, C. It selects the combined result of all the specified selectors A, B, C. jQuery effects. It enables us to add effects on a web page. The jQuery effects can be characterized into fading, sliding, hiding and showing and animation effects. These are the jQuery effects we are going to use in the jQuery. There are many methods we are going to use. The main concentrate with the display, fading, sliding and other. jQuery Pro. The jQuery prop method is used for to process. It is used to return the value of your property for the first element. It's a set of matched element. It is used to set one or more property value for a set of matched element. The method is generally used to retrieve property values, that is document object properties like tag name, node name, default check or own custom made properties. This is the first very convenient way to set the values of properties, especially the multiple properties. Syntax: to return the value of the property, dollar selector prop property. To set the property and value, dollar selector prop property comma value. To set the property and value by using the function dollar selector dot prop property comma function, that is we are going to including another method inside the parenthesis, that is index comma current value. To set multiple properties and values, dollar selector prop property value. Parameters jQuery property, if it specify the name of the property, value, it defines the value of the property, function index comma current value, it specifies the function which returns the value of the property to the set. Index, it provides the index position of the element in the set. Current value, it provides the current value of the selected text. Differences between jQuery attr and jQuery prop method. The jQuery attr method is used to retrieve the HTML attribute values, while jQuery prop method is used to retrieve the property values. The attr method changes the attribute of the HTML tag, while the prop method changes the property for the HTML tag as per the DOM tree. Properties are generally simpler to deal with than attributes, so that the jQuery prop method is mostly used rather than the attr method. Next, jQuery transferring. The transferring, which means that move through, are used to find, that means or to select HTML element based on their relation to the other method. Start with one selection and move through that selection until you reach the elements you desire. These are the good example for our jQuery attributes. The div, that means the divisor element is the parent of UL and ancestor of everything inside of it. The UL method is the parent of both li method and the child of div. The left li element is the parent of span, child of UL and a descendant of div. The span element is the child of the left li and the descendant of UL and divide. The two li elements are siblings, that they are same parent. The right li element is the parent of B, the child of UL and the descendant of div. The B element is the child of right li and descendant of UL and division. jQuery events. The jQuery events are the sections that can be detected by your web application. They are used to create the dynamic web pages. An event shows the exact moment when something happens. There are some examples for the events: a mouse click, an HTML form submission, a web page loading, a keystroke on the keyboard, scrolling of the web page, etc. Next, we are going to see about the mouse event. That is, what are the mouse events that we are given in jQuery. The first one is click, double click, mouse enter and mouse leave. Keyboard event, key up, key down and key press. Form events, submit and change and blur and focus. Document window events, load, unload, scroll, resize. Syntax for the event methods. Document object method events have a equivalent query method to assign a click events to all the paragraph on a page to this. Thank you for watching my jQuery PPT. Thank you to all.